Good morning and welcome to the vlog. Today is almost the last day of September, and that means today's trip will be the last southbound leg of my journey. The plan always was go south on the Grand Union in September and then turn around and go back up again in October. So today will be the very last southbound bit until I turn round. I'm hoping to get to a place called Cowroast. It is only about 3 miles away and 6 locks. The sun is sort of shining, so it looks like a decent day for travel. The boat ahead appears to be pausing for something, so there may be something coming the other way. Not sure. No, they're moving again. Okay. I get a lot of people asking me about wind turbines, and as you can see there is one there, not going around. All that I hear about them is that they're noisy, intermittent, don't really produce enough, and are quite expensive. That's the general verdict I've been told. That is a massive beast, is it not? But I rather like it. If I were ever going to moor on something like the River Avon, I'd consider something like that. A quick stop at the services point, which is behind these flats, and I'm off to join that other boat in the locks, which is excellent. Turns out these chaps are actually taking their boat back to their mooring at Cowroast, so we're doing the same journey. To my right, we're turning to the Aylesbury arm, which, unlike the Grand Union at this point, is a narrow canal, so you can only go up there in a narrowboat, none of these wide beams. Just over that grassy knoll is the Marsworth Reservoir, a fairly substantial body of water that feeds the Grand Union Canal. Unfortunately, it's practically empty. The Canal and River Trust have been issuing all sorts of dire warnings about water shortages, and it really is down. Obviously, I can't really show you that from here, but it's looking very dry. Lock number 2. That is 2 locks done in very quick succession. Just waiting at the third for another boat to come down. That'll be lock 4. We are whizzing through these, courtesy of these lovely chaps. That lock should be empty because of the boat that just came down, but sometimes the leakage in the gates partially refills an empty lock even though the paddles are shut. And then you have to open the paddles to let the water out of what should already be an empty lock. Another of these fantastically pretty lock cottages that you get along this stretch. After almost no time at all, that is lock number 6 of 6. This pound is practically empty, like the one on the last vlog. If you look at how much mud I've just stirred up going into reverse, the propeller must be pretty much touching the bottom. Straight out of the top lock, and that is the turning down the Wendover arm. You can only do 1.5 miles before you get to the start of the bit that's still under restoration. I might do that on the way back. Meanwhile, having not filled with water at the Marsworth water point because I wanted to go up in the locks with those nice gentlemen, there is a water point after the next bridge, so I'm going to try to stop on that one. Just time for a quick stop off at the water point to top up the tank before I do the 2.5, maybe 3 miles to Cowroast. If you happen to be coming this way, the water point is just after that bridge as you're coming through it towards me now. Obviously from the other way, just before the bridge. These videos are nothing if not educational. Half an hour later, water done, onwards to Cowroast. I know it looks really pretty, but by heck it is cold underneath this canopy of trees. Really chilly. This is the approach now down to Cowroast Lock. It's about half a mile. So I'm just going to moor up here somewhere. Very nice private moorings on the right. And towpath moorings on the left. Plenty of space actually. I'm going to turn at the winding hole and come back. And that is it, the southernmost point on my trip of autumn 2018, Cowroast Lock. I've now turned round and start going back again through October. So now, or in the next vlog, we start the return trip, now pointing north. I will try to point out things that I didn't catch on the way down, starting with Cowroast Marina, which I just went past. That's how far I have to go back. And here I am, moored on the towpath, facing north. It's quite quiet, except that you have got the train line just there. But I don't really mind that. So, why has this become the end point of my journey? Well, firstly because it is the last weekend in September. The plan was always south in September, turn around, back up again in October. But also, if you look at the map here, you've got Cowroast Lock, 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 over the page, Lock, 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 you get the gist. All through Berkhamsted and Hemel Hempstead, you're coming down off the Chiltern Hills, and it is just lock after lock after lock after lock. It would take me days to get through all those unless I happened to find a cheery companion to come with me, you know, another boat or something. So Cowroast seems like a good place to stop and turn round. It's got this winding hole conveniently above the lock, so I have turned, and now I will do the return trip. That's it for this one, I think. Cheerio.